In Australia, 20% of adolescents experience serious psychological problems. Of these, 3 out of 4 don't receive any form of professional support. Australia also continues to have one of the highest youth suicide rates in the world, and 1 in 13 of all adolescents seriously considers suicide within any 12-month period. For many teachers, youth workers and health professionals, detecting which adolescents have problems can be a difficult task. It can also be hard to judge when a young person needs help and what sort of help they need. Psychological First Response is a professional development program designed to increase practitioners' effectiveness in responding to the psychological needs of young people.
Psychological First Response model is a framework of enabling those people who work with youth, those professionals, whether that's teachers, and often it is teachers, youth professionals in any setting, to be able to respond in a practical, simple and effective way to the needs, psychological and behavioural needs of young people. There's a lot of questions and a lot of people who have had significant amount of training who still have trouble knowing, is this something I should be worried about? And if it is, what do I do?
Psychological First Response provides guidelines based on 3 main areas.
One is detection, so being more attuned to the sorts of indicators or red flags that youth professionals should be keeping in mind for the people that they have care of. Then a simple psychological first aid model of how to respond. And then the third point is to be able to refer them on effectively.
Research shows that approximately only half of young people referred to a counsellor actually attend or continue past initial sessions.
A lot of the consultation I do with schools is around these sorts of issues. It's how do we pick up those kids who need some sort of support? How do we engage them properly around their difficulty or our concerns with them? And if needed, and sometimes they don't always need referral, but if they do, how do we make a decision about that and how do we make sure it's effective?
The basic Psychological First Response program is run for 1 day, while the advanced course is run over 2 days. Neuropsychology recognises the need for flexible and tailored programs. The course can be adapted to suit the needs of its busy professional participants, or run in-house for schools and organisations.
We offer 2 levels. One is at a basic level, so we cover basic principles of detection of mental health issues. So we cover what are the main or most common mental health problems that adolescents will be facing. How do we know without being able to diagnose the issue, and what are the things that practically people like teachers or youth workers can be aware of that may be indicators that that person is in some level of crisis or distress.
In addition to Psychological First Response for professionals, Neuropsychology also runs Good Mate workshops, similar training for young people to learn how to successfully support their peers without becoming over-involved. This broad-based Psychological First Response approach trains practitioners and adolescents in recognising and responding to psychological issues, as well as assisting young people to get help. The training program can provide follow-up sessions and adopts a whole organisation approach. Through clinical research with Monash University, Dr. Simon Crisp is extending this model through researching alternative counselling options in schools. He's been pleased with the positive response.
Certainly there's been very positive feedback over the last 3 years of training that I have done in the Psychological First Response model, but what we're wanting to look at is how can it be further improved. Adding to it the sorts of research which answers the sort of questions like what are the real barriers to young people actually seeking help? Are there things about stigma? Are there things about their beliefs about counselling? Are the counselling options that are offered to them unappealing? And I think that may be a significant barrier.